Hello Sagittarius, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for supporting my channel through either subscribing, viewing, liking, and or giving me a thumbs up that it's, and letting me know that this has resonated with you through like a thumbs up or a comment. And if it hasn't resonated you with a thumbs down, whatever, it doesn't bother me whether I feel like it's just like, not everyone's going to resonate with this reading or readings that come through. So, and that's okay, because nothing always ever resonates everything, not everything, or rather not nothing, not everything resonates with us. And so it's like, anyway, I don't know why we're going there. So there may be something that's going on with you at the moment. It's like something like somebody might have said something, done something, and not necessarily to you as per se, but it's kind of like triggered something within you where it's like, what's going on there, and why has that affected me in such a way? So there's I feel like, well, I want to say there's obviously something that you're needing to like look at within yourself. And it's not necessarily, and like when we're looking in, it's not necessarily a negative thing or it has to be something negative. It just means that sometimes we're going to need to check in on ourselves, and it shows us something about ourselves, that maybe we may have said something, done something, or acted in a way or whatever, or had a thought or even about something or someone, and it's maybe like whatever has happened has got you thinking outside of the square or inside of the square, whatever that is for you. So whatever they're meaning by that for you, I guess you'll know what that's about. So yeah, wow, that's really interesting, Sagittarius, because there's a lot of energy, and a lot of beautiful energy as well. So on saying that, even though that's something, there may be something that's rattled you about, a situation or an experience, and like I say, not necessarily directly to you, but it may have, like I say, it may have brought up something for you to visit or revisit, and why you've responded, or you're thinking, or it hasn't left you, or something, it's brought up something for you, and it's like, what's that about? However, I do feel like on saying that, it's like it's just another step into that inner evolvement, or inner evolvement, you want evolvement within ourselves. I just had this evolve or another word in mind, and being more involved with the way that you rock and roll in life and move in life. It's like, that's really interesting where they're going with that. So anyhow, my energy is like a little bit scattered with you guys today, and girls today. So it's like, I'm not sure with doing your reading, and so I've done a little bit of with some sage here, and lit that to set the energy, reset the energy in a way. But I like to say, like at the moment, to set the energy in preparation for, the next set of, readings, or the next set of, the next reading. So it's not, I don't want to reset basically what was there before, because that was there before. So it's like, this is a whole new beginning, and not a beginning of the end, the beginning of the end of something else at the end of the day. So it's like, so there is something about that at the moment that is that you may be looking at, or maybe coming up for you. And when I say I, we, there's this thing, with me, with my empath side, and when I do readings, I pick up on a lot of stuff. So I sense what others are feeling, or I sense, and when what I mean by that is, like when I'm in doing Sagittarius, say I'm doing you now, so I will speak as though I am Sagittarius, and I don't have a Sagittarius in my chart. So that's that's why you hear me like flip flop back, and it's like I and we. So and there is a bit of I and we in there as well. So anyway, this is clarity. So I'm using the Oracle of Dragon cards today. So these cards here, these three here, are just like giving like an overall overview of what is going on here for you this month of September 2021. So I was thinking, that was just as I said that, I was like 21. So there may have been something like, even like from last year, that's coming through like right now, in, you know, in this moment, basically, that is not, I'm not saying, and I wouldn't say, or they're not saying that it's like you haven't moved from that, but I feel like there may be for some of you revisiting or visiting a situation from around the same time last year, and you know, something that had come up. Okay, where am I going? No, that's not it. So it's like, just like holding on, this one doesn't want to stay. All right, then there. So we're going to go with that one, and I want to work with this deck here first. So first of all, we're going to go, and this one here, the Fernia, the Clarity. This one is Clarity, and this one here is Soul Scrying. So the new moon phase, Soul Scrying. So there's something about looking in deep within the skull, in your soul. Or something that's coming out. And then we have the Lady of the New Buds is the nurture, tenderness. So it's maybe you're being a little bit tough on yourself, and you may be a little bit tough on others as well, around you. So it's like maybe you needed to look in within a little bit more. But I feel like this, on saying, you know, which is why this situation here, which in the beginning is popped in and come up. So anyway, like I say, I just want to, for some reason, they're going over there. Just remember that these readings may not, the messages that come through with these readings may not necessarily resonate with you, all of that. So do check out what your other signs are saying for you, to give you, you know, a little bit more of an overview or clarity about what these might be saying for you, especially if this is not working for you. And regardless of whether it is or not, it is quite helpful to get, you know, to check out what your other signs are saying. We all have free will, and that's something I feel like they that's why they're talking about this again. We have free will, so we have the choice to take what does resonate or what doesn't resonate, and how far we go on board with it, or take it on board for us if it's not resonating. And if it is like you're getting a little bit uppity about something, and then it may be that if you are, that it is resonating, but it's not something that you want to hear, or something like that. So it's like, you know, not necessarily you know, throwing it out the window. So we're going to do, I'm doing a spread that's different, or not a spread that's different, but a shuffle. It's a shuffle, but a layout. There we go. And here, and this one here. So these are all coming out upside down. I'm not sure. And I actually, okay, that wants to spin around. So we'll go this way, and we'll just see what comes out, because not all of them are upside down. And I'll just spread that out again. And I want to go over here for some reason. So there may be a little bit of indecisiveness that's been going on, why these, or something may have been like tipped upside down in your world at the moment. So they're just going like, and I want to take these 1, 2, and 3. So I have got the deck upside down, and that one wants to turn around as well. So there's some key energies in here that, you know, with this clarity. So with the Prince of Pentacles there, that's in reverse, so maybe there is, you're not like, your energies may be a bit low, and I'm hearing like turning things around, but I feel like it's got to do with, a lot of it's got to do with your perspective and things, or you may be feeling a little bit blocked, like energetically wise, or blocked in the sense of seeing past what it is that you want to see, and how you want to see it, and not what it actually is. So, but I'm going to turn this around because it's shifting the energy. So the Prince of, you know, Pentacles in this deck is, you know, like the Knight in other decks. So there's something working in the background, but I do feel like because it was underneath or in reverse, it gives me the feeling that there is a little bit of a, like, you're not able to get something out or get something moving, but it's like you're needing to maybe express yourself or shift your energy, or your energy may be a little bit knee jerky, like it's like you're not, it may not be there at the moment, and it may be like 1 minute your energy levels are quite high, and the next minute they're quite low, and it's like, so I've just kind of been like, which is really interesting, because I do feel like there's a sense of a lack of looking outside of the space that you're in. So I'm going to turn that one around. Then we have the Seven of Wands here, which is there's something up, there's a turning point, but it's like you needing to take action to make something to turn something around. So there's a sense of defensiveness there, what I'm picking up with this one, because there's still like being, you know, creating that boundary and defending yourself in a situation, or having to, or feeling like you're needing to, because there are some sticks or wands like pointing to you, but you've got your arm up to fend off what it is. So it's like there's something about, it's turning something around in order for you to get some of that clarity, and maybe doing things like to lift your energy rather than deplete your energy, because I'm feeling like there is something, and it could be to do with money or health. It maybe you shifting the way that you're viewing things about what you're eating, what you're ingesting, putting into your body, and what you're doing with your body as far as like exercise, so that you can switch things around. Or your energy and your perspective around things. And sometimes when we're like, things are going on, we can get so closed in. That's what they're talking about here. So anyway, this one here is the Judgment card, and it's in reverse, but I'm going to turn it around. So in turning around, you're going to set yourself free from all the chit chat that's no good for you, that doesn't serve you any purpose for your highest good, and or anyone else around you for that matter, because your mood swings maybe a little bit at the moment, or recently even, and maybe what I'm hearing is self-opinionated as well on saying that. And so, but I feel like they're talking about like being mindful about what is going on in your body, and so you can continue on smoothly and more fluidly getting back into a space, but also you'll get more clarity about where it is that you're wanting to go, to do, be, give and have things, and how that might happen or look for you. So giving you a new perspective, a new idea, a new vision is where they're going there. So the new moon phase here is soul scrying. So new moon, when is the new moon like this? Oh, actually, I can't really, I'm just going to go and just check on my calendar, actually. It's like, I need to find out now. So yeah, the new moon, September the 7th. Okay, tomorrow, no wonder that's come up. So, excuse me, I'm coming back now. So, okay. So, the new moon, yep, to September that's August. The 7th, I'm thinking, hang on, if things are like a little bit like crazy. Yeah, so there you go. Focus on being healthy. So, I kind of feel like there's something like a shift in that, and it's, okay, this is, like I said, this is going to not resonate with everybody, but it's maybe like being healthy could mean like going for a walk. Being healthy could mean like meditating. Something like that, or bringing something in to enhance what you're already doing. So you get your mindset and your energy. And when I say mindset, like it's like, when we're thinking about things, if we feel it, if we're watching or in a funny space, we start to feel like that. And it's like, and it just, goes a bit crazy anyway. So anyway, but this new moon phase is like shifting your energy. Like there's a sense of like, with this talking about soul scrying, is looking deep within yourself and to help shift things around for you. The Wheel of Fortune is here, it's in reverse. I'm going to turn that around as well. So in order to like, turn things around, it's like, it's going to require going in a little bit, looking on a soul level at yourself basically, and what is happening around and what around you and that sort of thing. So the Three of Pentacles is in reverse as well. So there is some work that's probably needing to be done, and maybe you're resisting it and allowing people to help you, or taking some people's advice or some advice, and it's maybe you're feeling on the way, you're feeling that you don't need their advice. I don't know, but it's like, unless it's going to take some work and some steps for you in order to make this whole. So they're building that. Okay, there's something that is building in the background, but it's like this requires you, turning things around by looking at things differently, and things will turn around. So the Lovers is is sitting up the right way, because in order for you to like be that, for that person to come through, it's like, or if there is somebody there that's already, maybe you're working on yourself in order to to fix a relationship or sort of relationship, and you maybe, or it's maybe like you're letting somebody in, if you're single, there may be some work for you to that you're doing on yourself, or something that you're needing to some patterns that you're looking at. You're maybe not trusting yourself as to going into a new relationship, because there could be a new relationship there if you're looking at it. For some of you, there may be someone there already in whether you, and on some cases whether you're married or not, or you're in a relationship or not. There may be somebody that's on the outskirts where it's like you're looking and holding off or holding back, and it maybe that's causing all this kerfuffle here about, you know, what it is, you know, you do want from the relationship that you're already in or moving into another one. Who knows? But I mean, only you will know. So there is that sort of thing, but there is the love relationship there, and I feel like this you know, this soul scrying is like really going back into loving yourself as well, and realizing that we're the ones that need, you know, that we're the only ones that can make ourselves happy ultimately, and not to look at others to make us happy, and you know, in that sense. So there's that connection there. On this one here, the Lady of the New Buds is like nurture and tenderness. So you may be needing to take some time to nurture yourself, and like, you know, seriously, you know, and be tender with yourself, but or you know, that with other people that are around you. So whatever is going on there, it's maybe you're needing to like slow down, because there's a little bit of resistance about slowing down and taking some time out for yourself as well, with this Four of Swords being in reverse. So you can see the shit through the clay, basically. So this is what, like, going in this, today is Monday the 6th, by the way, of September. So and I've just kind of like had a lot going on lately, so and managed to be able to start doing the readings, you know, yesterday and Sunday. So you know, and so it's like I feel like there may be something like that you may be getting behind in something, but it's like, give yourself a break. And I feel like some of you are like, you know, maybe getting like really, you know, on top of yourself about overthinking things, thinking the worst of things and things like that. So of what might be there. So this is about you taking a break. And some of you, it's like, you know, or physically think, you know, on a physical level, you might think, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, and blah, 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 but what if this and what if that? You know, what if I don't do this, that's not going to happen, or they're not going to like that, or blah, 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 blah. It's like, oh my gosh. So, and, you know, and all sorts of other things. So where I was going before was about, we're in at the moment, we're, you know, we're in level 3 and going into level 2 tomorrow night from 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So Wednesday we'll be in level 2 here in New Zealand for the lockdown. So there's a shifting in the energy even with that. So with something new and different coming into and moving as we're shifting into this new energy in a way, like wherever you are in the world, there's something like you're turning something around where you're not, by just taking a break. Okay, if something comes up when there's an opportunity to take a break or a holiday, or just have an hour off or a day off or a half a day off, it's like, take it, it's come there for a reason for you. So we have the 10 of Cups, which is in reverse as well. So there is something there with, you know, the 10 of Cups is about, you know, being in that emotional space of, you know, contentedness, feeling contented inside, or feeling, you know, there's that sense of, oh, my cup is full. And you've worked your way and working your way towards that, and being like happy within yourself, basically. So then it means that you can move into the next space. Now the 4 of Wands is in reverse here too. So it's like talking about, you know, like taking that next step and seeing yourself. So this, you know, by taking a little bit and, you know, a little bit of time to spend with yourself and take a you know, and reflect on what it is, what you're doing, or where you're going, and, you know, where you're wanting to go, or where you think you want to go, whatever it is. It's like taking some time out to do that, and so you can head towards whatever, you know, peace and calm and success in a way, in that way, and, you know, filling your cup with happiness, basically. But it's like taking a bit of time with this one. So, because this one here is like you like being in your light and being enlightened in a way of the path where you think you want to go, or you know you want to go even. And even if you think you want to, you know where you want going to go, it's like, at least it's like you're making, like Spirit is saying, at least you've got an idea and you're starting to go down that way. Not poo-poo it, but it's like, and throw it out necessarily, but it's really about you like just in a way taking the next step and exploring into that, being in your own light. And I'm hearing like decision making as well. So here we go with this. I'll just see what else comes up with these cards here over the, you know, the Prince of Pentacles. See what this Yeah, what these cards say is about the Prince of Pentacles here. So remember, we've turned that around. So something is tuning around. I mean, if you choose to do it that way. So here's the Queen of Pentacles. So, you know, this is about you moving into your success and nurturing yourself is where I feel like she's talking about here. You know, looking after yourself and nurturing yourself and, you know, as you're heading towards your goals and not being so self-critical of yourself or self-critical of yourself. You're self-critical of yourself and or others as well. So it's like, you know, taking, grounding yourself and taking, well, I want to say a step back, but we'll sit back and, you know, we'll sit with it before you start to go, judge yourself and that sort of thing, which are like this judgment here. But it's like something is like setting you free. Okay, where are we going here? Or setting yourself free. So this one here is the Knight of Swords. So this one here was was in reverse as well. But so you either are moving away from something with it being in reverse. I'm thinking it's like moving away from something. But on saying that if it was up the other way, it's moving towards something. So what else we got here? The Eight of Swords. Okay. So it kind of makes sense why this one, the Knight of Swords, is like in reverse then, because it's like I said, it's for like moving away from something. And now the Eight of Swords is here, and it's like Eight of Swords is about really, restricting ourselves in the way that we're thinking about things. So seeing things from another point of view. So you're moving away from that is where they're going with that one. Cool. Which is good. So, you know, even though you may be here or this might be, you know, that kind of might be there, you know, there is some movement, you know. There is some movement there where you can, you know, shift things around. And then we got here is the Emperor. So whatever that is, the Wheel of Fortune, there's the Emperor is making shit happen. So, you know, but it's like you're making shit happen. So the Emperor is basically all the four kings, the energy there. So it's like bringing that energy together. And I feel like, you know, with this new moon energy is probably going to give you a little bit of a lift or a boost. And, you know, so you can be, you know, ground yourself, but be grounded in your knowledge, be grounded in, you know, and knowing that where you are wanting to go or feel where you're wanting to pursue is or desire to pursue something is like the energy is there with the King of Wands for you to help bring that to fruition. And then it's like, you know, the King of Swords is like, you know, grounded, feeling more grounded and bringing yourself down, but also being able to make concisive or decisions, basically where that is. And where they're going with the earth grounding, yes, and with the, you know, with the cups is being in a better emotional space, you know, and more grounded and knowing his cup is full. So you're not needing to, you know, not needing to or feeling like, you know, that he's going to let his emotions get in the way or be that stops him or the only thing that is there to rule him as per se. So this is kind of like, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, like emotions are good. Don't get me wrong, because that there are, you know, I'm saying that, you know, because it's like whether it's, whether we're, whether they, we are, whether they, it's good, you know, where they're going. It's how we utilize, how we express ourselves with it, with our emotions, and to what degree do we express it, you know, is it a healthy emotion, and that sort of thing. So it's like knowing, you know, being in control, but not in the, of your emotions in the sense, but not suppressing it is where they're going. So this is what he's knowing how far he can go with the King of, where's the name, cups, is that, you know, like his cup is full, basically. The Five of Wands there is like there may be a little bit of frustration, but there's a bit of energy, so it may be, you know, in getting moving with this Emperor. So I say frustration and struggle. You may be feeling or thinking that, oh gosh, I need to know this or I need to learn that, with these ideas and putting them into place, basically, and where, you know, and how you're going to implement them, and, you know, into towards where it is that you're wanting to go. So this one here is the Three of Pentacles. So there is movement with the Five of Wands is like sorting things out, basically, and or what I'm hearing is like creating a plan. moving for, there's this Four of Wands there. It's like you've got that inspiration to take the next step and being in your own energy and like starting your plan. This is about you doing it, not necessarily anybody else doing it. There's people there that can help you, but this is really up to yourself or ourselves to make that happen. The Lovers here, we'll see what comes up for the Lovers in this journey, in this part here. So the Ace of Swords. Okay, so yeah, like you're having a bit of a shift, you know, a change there in the way that you're thinking about things. You know, you're thinking about things, especially with the Lovers in relationships in that sense, and maybe a love relationship in the past, or maybe a love relationship that you're in now. So like by going within and checking out what is actually really going on with you, it's like, you know, it's like that is kind of, oh, jippers, we're not going to take all those. That does not, yeah. So, you know, and checking in on your perspective around things. So, and there's nothing more powerful but that when we figure that out, you get that aha moment. It's like, actually, you know what? This is my shit, not their shit. And I need, or this part is theirs and this part is mine. I'm going to take ownership of it. I'm going to, you know, go that little bit deeper and figure that out for me and, you know, and not deflect it onto others. But, and making decisions, because when you're making, you know, when we don't, it's usually when we're not making a decision, when we're like telling ourselves a lie about something, and that's what's, you know, mucks us up basically, or fucks it up really, from us doing, you know, making a decision that is, you know, like a knee-jerk decision, and that it's all based on, you know, emotion in a way that's in the sense where it's been suppressed, and it's like a pimple that's, you know, going to burst, you know, all that sort of thing. So without being pressured, you know, that sort of thing is where they're going with it. So like I say, some of you may not understand this, and that's all good. You just take what does leave, you know, what does resonate with you, and leave what does not. So here you go again. Here's the Three of Pentacles again, and it's in reverse with this Four of Swords. So you know, it's, you may be finding it challenging to get cracking into what I'm hearing, seeing there is painting your own picture, and I'm connecting that with, you know, these stars there, because generally there's something about, you know, in reaching for the stars, moving towards the stars. But I feel like this is like this, you know, the third step is like taking another step towards, you know, helping yourself basically to, you know, to create what it is that you want to create, rather than, I hearing for some of you is like, you know, in putting the time and energy into it, making an effort basically. Ten of Cups here is this one, that's the High Priest. So there's something about, you know, a spiritual journey there with this ten. It's like you're going on one, or you've been on one. So, and some of you, because this was actually was heading towards spinning around to and being in reverse, but I've looked at it and I'm turning around. Like you may be like not wanting to look at something on this journey, or something that's come up that you're not really wanting to look at, but it's like, and I feel like you may have resisted it, and now something has come up. So and pushing it out for you to like look at, and it's like, but I think, you know, with the High Priestess, it's like just going on with it and just, you know, taking a look at it so you can shift it, so you can, you know, so you can be more happier within yourself and be, you know, to be in this space, in your own light, and start being like dancing in the moonlight, in the sunlight. I'm calling that moonlight actually, but it's like being in your own space basically, and doing things, you know, because you're making a decision to do it because you want to do it, you know what I mean? And then we have the Ten of Wands. So this one here, like moving towards, you know, moving, learning, you know, creating that towards that which you do want basically. So there is, you know, like a little bit of a journey there that you've been on, or you're going on, but you'll get there. And it's like there is like this one here, like in this card, this deck is like climbing some rocks. So there's you know, a rocky face or a rocky mountain face that he's climbing. You know, it's like, and it might have felt like that in carrying and to reach or attain something, but you're getting there. So whatever this is, could be something to do with, you know, where you're wanting to go into studying, like whether you're wanting to move into a relationship, something that you love, that you may have put something to the side there for a bit, or for a long time or a short time, but it's like I feel like something is moving where you're like starting to see, you know, things are coming up where you're starting to see where the breakdown might have been, or the breakup might have been, or what was in there, and what you can tweak to, you know, and what you need to let go of, release, or what you can tweak to see if, you know, to help support the journey. And it may be, like I say, you may be releasing stuff. The tweak may bring up a release. Oh, well, I don't need that. Probably never did, but you know what? You know, I now know, and then maybe a tweak, and then something comes in. So like that realization of, you know, of where it is that you're going to go and how you're going to do it. So I'm just noticing that there is something about, you know, expressing yourself, and, you know, with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, of course, and prosperity and abundance in the background, and shifting that energy. And even though you may be like, oh gosh, that's like, you know, I don't want to speak to that person, that thing, about that, I don't want to, you know, it's like there is, and maybe that's not necessarily is, but I feel like it may be more, it could be like, you know, you're acknowledging something for yourself, being honest with yourself, as well. And so it's probably partially, that is partially what's got you here, so you're understanding who you are and where your journey is, rather, you know, than say somebody else's journey, and you're being in your own light and moving forward, and like just, you know, going where you need to go. And some of you are going on this new journey, and yes, it may be a little bit challenging, and it may be a little bit of a hard slog, but in some ways, and it could be mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Generally, it's kind of all like in one, you know, bits and pieces here along the way. But you're gonna get through it, you know. It's really just like having that goal, what I'm hearing from Spirit, and setting your sights towards it. And, you know, and yes, it's not being so rigid and tight in the regime. It could be because you may end up like having to go this way and then go that way, or come back and then bring that information together a little bit later. Okay. Anyway, beautiful journey, a lot of energy. So it's like, whoa. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, what comes up for you during the mid-month, and also, you know, next month as well, moving into next month. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you now, Sagittarius, and we'll see you at the either mid-month, or or next month. Okay then, and or next month. Okay, bye now.